Hi guys, Mark here with Walter's World, and we're in Innsbruck, Austria, one of my favorite towns in Austria, and actually one of my favorite towns to visit in Central Europe. Great place for Christmas markets, great time here. Now, there's lots of little bars, all kinds of good stuff to do if you're looking for fun on either side. Not over touristy, so you can come and enjoy it. I mean, they do have tourists, but a lot of day trippers, so you can actually spend the night here and actually get your own kind of Austrian experience, and it is really kind of a nice place to go, okay? But what are the top 10 things you should do when you do come here to Innsbruck? The first thing is, the most famous site here is the Dachl. Or the Golden Roof. It's where Emperor Maximilian, he has his imperial, not palace, but his imperial rooms and state or whatever where he used to come. He built kind of a balcony so he could watch the street performers, and on top of it's gold. They're actually redoing it right now, but I'll put a picture up so you guys can see what it looks like when it's normal, because I've come to Innsbruck 3 times and I want to come back all the time. It's beautiful here. But the Golden Dachl, or the Golden Roof, that's the most famous thing in town. You have it on the main pedestrian drag. There as well, within this number 1, you actually can go in and there's a museum for it, and that's kind of the treasury of the emperor. So you have a lot of his personal effects and all those good things. Okay, so that's really cool to check out. And there's the imperial apartments there as well. So you kind of put it all together, have the imperial golden roof tour kind of thing. Okay, so that's number 1. Second thing you want to do is check out the Hofkirche, okay, or the court church. What's cool there is you have these 28 statues, bronze statues, standing around a tomb. It's supposed to be for Maximilian, but he's not actually there. But what's really cool is they're all life-size. You can tell people used to touch them and rub them, and maybe not the most appropriate places. But it is really kind of a cool thing, because you see the opulence of the Habsburgs and all this kind of stuff, and the Kaisers, and it is kind of a cool church to check out. Definitely worth checking out when you're here. The third thing you should check out, and honestly this is probably my favorite thing in this city, is the Tirol Folk Museum, or Tyrolean Folk Museum. Probably the best folk museum, you know, showing how people lived and how they lived and worked for hundreds of years here in Tirol, the area that Innsbruck is in. And what they did is they took rooms, literally rooms from people's houses from hundreds of years ago, and put it inside the museum. Okay, they've just remodeled it, so it's even better than it was before. But you go in and you really feel like, oh wow, that's how the people lived in the mountains, you know, in the Alps and all these things for the last 300 years, 400 years. I mean, it is a really cool museum, and you really get a feel for what went on here during that time. And that's one thing I love about Central Europe, is you have a lot of great local museums, and this is definitely one you have to check out. Okay, so number 3 is the Tyrolean Folk Art Museum. Okay. Okay. Number 4 on our list, if you want a little bit more kind of historical perspective art museum, you had the Ferdinand or this is basically the Ferdinand Museum. There you have from prehistoric art to Renaissance to contemporary art. It's basically a huge art gallery with all kinds of different stuff. Well worth checking out. Definitely want to go. That's probably the most popular one here in town, but I still like the Folk Art Museum better. So that's your number 4. Number 5, if you have some kids, or if you are a kid at heart, you can go up and take the funicular up to the Alpenzoo. Basically, it has all these local animals that are indigenous to the region in a zoo. But I will warn you, the zoo is on the side of the mountain, so it's like this. So you're walking up a lot and down a lot. So if you have bad knees, be careful. But you can see bears, you can see local animals, all kinds of cool stuff like that. And you get to take the funicular up, so it's kind of cool. You get amazing views of the Alps. It's just awesome. Okay. Number 6 on our work, you have the Swarovski Crystal Works. This is about 30 minutes out of town. Basically insane crystal stuff. They've made it, I mean, you see the pictures of it, and it's like they built a man's face shooting out waterfalls with crystals all over. You can go there, it's really cool, but if you just want to see the crystals, they have a nice Swarovski store here in Innsbruck, right on the main pedestrian street. You can check it out there, but that's really kind of a cool thing to check out. Number 7 on our list, you want to go to Berg Isel, or basically you want to go skiing here, okay? There's tons of ski slopes. I mean, they've had the Olympics here, so they still have great, well, they have great... They have great skiing. They have ski jumps if you want to try that. But you can go up to the ski jump and basically have this beautiful view of the town. Really kind of a cool thing. And a lot of people come here for the skiing. So that is number 7. And number 8, if you're here in the summer, you can do nice hikes in the Alps right from Innsbruck. You can take the Kettlebahn, the funicular up, and see, you know, and go up there and hike around. I see a lot of kids doing that. So there's definitely different levels of trails, but you can do that. So the hiking here is really great. Something you should check out for number 8. Number 9 when you're here. One of the things I really like, it's my favorite thing when you come in here, is the Christmas markets here. Because they're not over touristy. This isn't an over touristed town, so it's still got a little bit of Austrian charm. Great food, great shops. The old town's done real nice. It's really, really cool thing. Okay, so definitely come here, check out here for the Christmas market. And number 10 is just walking around the old town, okay? You have St. Jacob's Cathedral, you have St. Anne's Column, you have the Triumphal Arch, you have the old town here, you can walk on the river, and everywhere you go, you turn around and it's like, oh, there's the Alps behind me. Guys, it is beautiful walking around downtown. There's lots of little pubs, little cafes. My wife and I last night just went into one, literally 4 tables, little wine bar. You can actually enjoy it, and if you're coming from Switzerland, really Innsbruck seems the cheapest place in the world, but everything seems cheap after Switzerland, okay? But it is a really cool town to check out. Now, if you want to learn more about visiting Austria or visiting Europe or Central Europe, or maybe you want to learn a little German before you come here, we have all that on our website at www.waltersworld.com. And please like us and like this video, favorite us, and then we'll hope you subscribe, and we'll see you later from Innsbruck, Austria. Bye.